Welcome to the Pathways to Wholeness podcast. I'm Michael Warmoth, and I thank you for joining us for this next episode of meditative teaching. Okay, let's just settle in, relax, maybe take a few breaths, and just listen to the music before the teaching starts. If we were to devote as much time and energy and effort to knowing and remembering the truth as we devote to trying to solve our problems, we would soon realize that the truth is the solution to all our problems. That which we deny, the perfection of ourselves and of this moment, can be realized, and our problems and issues become powerless, irrelevant, meaningless. This is not to say that we don't need to take care of ourselves and that we must overcome obstacles to our knowing the truth. What is really important to hear is that we live our lives for the most part in a problem-solving way. We're constantly trying to solve the problems of our life. and not remembering and accepting and putting our faith and trust in the truth. Our goal, our destination, if you like, of our journey is to change our state from solving problems to living in the knowing that there is an answer for everything, and that there is a perfect order unfolding in this moment and every moment, and that we are an expression of an infinite intelligence, an infinite wisdom, a creative power beyond our ability to conceive. It is perfectly reasonable that we have devoted our lives to solving problems. No one could say that that was wrong, or that there is some reason it shouldn't have been like that. What is important is that we now are waking up and recognizing that hasn't been the solution we needed. Now we need a new solution, a new way of being. We are becoming conscious of how we have made decisions and choices that haven't brought us closer to the peace that we desire. We must be careful that we don't judge ourselves as wrong. That is not what is being proposed here. It is just that we have reached a point now where we are ready to make different choices, ready to choose differently. And we cannot approach this journey as we have been approaching our life, trying to solve the problem. We cannot solve the problem of our mental state, of our addiction to control, by using the same methods we have used in the past. We cannot use our will to force something to happen. We cannot get there with control. We are taking a step in a different way, which is the step placing our faith and trust in the truth. Just consider what that means. For most of us, most of our life, we have trusted in control and the ego. We have looked for answers in the world around us, for solutions to our problems. We have used our will to make ourselves do things we didn't necessarily want to do. This next step, the leap of faith, is to give up control. Give up looking outside of us for solutions. Give up the effort of holding ourselves tightly against the power and the energy within us. That is really what control is about. It is about subduing our authentic selves and controlling the world around us so that our authentic self isn't triggered and we are not reminded of what lies within us. But peace has been calling us. We know we want peace. We just can't get there with control and contraction. For the most part, most of us have not been conscious of the level of fear we have about our authentic self being freely expressed. We fear that power within us, that creative energy, and our decision to take that leap of faith and trust in the truth and the intelligence within us will trigger that fear instantly. We may not recognize it as fear, but we may experience some form of resistance. We may be constantly distracted, finding it difficult to focus. But we can be certain that there is a resistance to taking that leap of faith. It is likely that at this point in the journey, we have done that, surrendered our will, and experienced the flow that occurs when we do that. But then we find we return to the comfort and safety of control, what seems like the comfort and safety of control. But when we hear about the reality of what it means to live in that flow, to live in the space of miracles and guidance and inspiration. We know that is the truth, and we want it. We desire it. So remember that. Remember that what you want is the truth. What you want is to live in that flow, that space of miracles. And it requires that you shift your faith and trust to the truth. Do you know what that means? Do you understand what is being asked? To trust in the truth means to give up control, means to let go of our will. Our will is our ability to choose to deny the truth and replace it with our own version of the truth. We use our will to suppress and deny what is authentic within us. We use our will to reinforce the identity, the idea that I am simply a separate being, a victim of circumstances, and whatever ideas we have created about who and what we are that are in any way limited and faulty or broken. None of that is true. We are not who we think we are. And we must get to the place of knowing who we are through the ending of the use of our will and control, through letting go and surrendering and trusting in that greater intelligence, that greater creative power that is the source of our being. There is no separation. We are not individuals on our own. We are an integral part of creation as a whole. So let us make a choice in this moment to let go of control, to stop the effort, the being in control. Let's relax the contraction of holding on. Let us move into a state of accepting and allowing what is to be all there is. In this moment, the truth is real, as in every moment. We can bring our attention fully to this moment. We can give up trying to solve any problem and let ourselves surrender to that wisdom, that light, that love within us. It is always available. We always have the choice. We must simply recognize that making that choice will bring fear. If we will sit and be with that fear and be at peace with it, it will pass. And every time we do that, fear has less power to distract us. Remember, what you want, what you really desire, is to live in the flow of the truth, in that divine space of miracles and guidance and inspiration, that space of peace, the peace of knowing the truth. That is what we want. And it is here. It is available. It is our choice right now.
Thank you for listening. If you'd like more information on these meditations and teachings, visit pathwaystosurrender.com. You might be interested in our other podcast, Pathways to Surrender. These are guided meditations designed to support you in letting go of whatever tensions or false ideas you might be holding about how things really are, and reaching a state of peace and surrender. That's Pathways to Surrender. Look for the next episode soon.